Well, good morning or good afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're at. We want to thank you for attending our Anajet's ongoing webinar series. We offer a number of different topics, about once a month, sometimes twice. Last one was given on Spark graphic software. If you haven't seen that, talk to your regional manager and we'll get you hooked up. So we're glad you're here, and we trust that you get the information you need for your business. So let's get started. There we go. The topic of today is the dollars and cents of direct-to-garment printing. This is not intended to be an Anajet sales pitch. We want this webinar to add value for any garment decoration business. And as we go over the material together today, you may have specific questions about DTG or Anajet, and we will be free after the main content to answer any of those questions. What I would suggest on the organizer there, you see there's an area for you to write your questions in the question box. That way we will make sure we don't forget any of them. So for today's agenda, we're going to include what's been happening with Anajet Rico, a bird's eye view of the direct-to-market industry, your usable markets and how to make money in them, tried and proven marketing ideas, an overview of Anajet's Empower printers, and most importantly, what's my cost to produce garments so they make money, and a lot of money, as well as what's coming, and of course at the end, the question and answer. So about me, well, I'll let you read that. My name is Mike Johnstone. For some of you, it sounds an awful lot like Flintstone, you know, that Fred Flintstone character and that later movie, The Flintstones. So easy to remember, but it's pronounced Johnstone. I'm not offended. I'm still married almost to 38 years to my first bride and 4 boys later. As a regional manager and as the business coach, I have the privilege of helping many aspiring as well as entrenched entrepreneurs help the market grow their businesses both quickly, efficiently, and most importantly, profitably. So I've been helping businesses grow for the last 30 years. No, obviously not all of them with Anajet, so I'll make that same commitment to each of you. One of the things my mentor told me some time ago, and it's still true today, is that you must be willing to do the things your competitors won't. If you do, you will be successful. Some of you may know that Anajet was purchased by Rico January 8th of 2016. In general, for any business, be it a printing business or even a restaurant for that matter, if you're not always evolving, if you're not innovating and growing, you risk losing ground. So that means there's more types of products, services, products are evolving, competitors and designers are always innovating new ways to apply branding and messaging on every type of product in every venue imaginable. And so too is it with Anajet and Rico. Businesses who are formerly in their own silos, such as signs, offset printers, screen printers, doing their own thing, they have to evolve to maintain their profitability. So that creates opportunities, large opportunities for both you as well as Anajet Rico. So differentiation is the only way you can remain profitable in a commodity-based industry. So you must ask the question, how does your service stand out as much as how does your product stand out? And where is there room for growth? And as we all know, there's always room for growth. So both worldwide and domestically, Anajet enjoys the largest share of direct-to-garment printing in that industry, and that's one of the reasons that Rico purchased us. Together, Anajet and Rico have 5 common shared core values: dedication to a winning spirit, innovation, teamwork to sharpen our customer-centric focus, and commitment to the highest standards of ethics and integrity. And that's the kind of company that I am proud to be with. Just kind of an overview. Although Anajet started in 2004, Rico was founded in 1936. Currently, they have over 109,000 employees nationwide, or maybe I should say 109,061 adding in the Anajet employees. They're a Fortune 500 global company that brings what clients need to the market. In terms of sales, they had over 18.4 billion, and that's with the B, sales, for 2015 into 2016. They're an industrial leader with a vision in document management. They're the #1 global leader in multifunction printing. Currently, Anajet Rico in the United States, we have a large facility in Malvern, Pennsylvania. Rico Canada is also served there. as well as Western Florida. So there's over 600 plus global and 400 plus LMA and SMB customers. There's over 3,000 direct sales force, over 5,700 direct service force. We'll talk about that as we move a little bit forward, as well as over 5,000 managed service professionals. So the question becomes, why should you get into digital shirt printing? To get a bird's eye view historically, the garment decoration business in 2011, just 5 years ago, was $44 billion. In just 5 years, it's grown to $60 billion and is projected to continue its growth. The question becomes, do you want to be part of that business? I already know the answer. It's yes, or you wouldn't be here today. So garment printing in 2011 was $23 billion, seeing an increase of over $7 billion in direct garment printing in just the last 5 years. Today, the garment printing industry has grown significantly, with direct digital garment printing being approximately 50% of all garments being printed today. And by the way, that market data comes from a variety of sources, including the SGIA, which stands for the Specialty Graphics Imaging Association. If you're not a member, you may want to join, okay? As well as the IT Strategies, which is an independent consultancy that specifically researches imaging technology in garment decoration industry. As mentioned earlier, Anajet Rico enjoy the largest market share in the industry, 28% direct-to-garment printing, thanks to our innovative engineering, our customer-centric customer service, our tenacious technical support teams, and of course, our customers who value those attributes. So now, let's talk about effective marketing. The real key here, folks, is that you have to get your message out. To gain market share, you want to first network within your local community. So it's so important that you get your message out that you offer high customization and high personalization. That advantage to you means very large margins, hence more profits, as well as the opportunity now to upsell additional items made by your printer or offered by your facility. Now, people sometimes make the mistake of forgetting about friends and family. Don't do that. Most likely, they will know someone who has a need. And you might offer them a referral bonus. You might consider networking at local business organizations like BNI, Kiwanis, Rotary, city clubs, city organizations, schools, etc. Also, create a walking billboard. Now, I'm not talking about those folks that troll signs at street corners. I'm talking about making sample t-shirts that become your calling card. Now, to do this, print a high-definition graphic on the top of a sample shirt, followed by a line of text which reads 16.8 million colors, followed by another line, any size order, followed by your phone number. It'll cost you just over $2 each, and we'll get into this in a bit. So it becomes a very inexpensive calling card. Now, take that sample and give that to your existing database of decision makers. As well, if you don't have these, I suggest that you spend at least half a day a week, if not more initially, going to schools, churches, restaurants, taverns, and local businesses. All of them have a need. If you don't know who they are, use Google. They'll all show up. I promise you that if you do this, your business will grow rather quickly and almost exponentially. Think about it. Almost nobody throws out a t-shirt. Heck, we keep it for a long time. We even have it for end of life to polish our furniture, all right? I'm always asked as well about internet and social media sales. Yes, it works extremely well, and we can give you some guidelines in terms of what you can do there. Initially, I would make the recommendation that rather than spending a bundle of money on attractive models, photographic equipment, lighting, making the garments, getting just the right light, the right pose, instead, use a digital blank, and with a click of a button, you can change the color of your t-shirt and then put your graphic on top of that. No inventory, and you'll fill orders when they come in. It's a great way to do business. You might want to check out one of our clients, Pop ATL. In fact, you might want to write this down. Their website you can visit them at is www.popatl.com. Yes, you can create and host a website, but there are also other web opportunities. For example, eBay, Etsy, Pinterest, Facebook, and even Instagram. These are great ways to have a social media presence where you can post your designs and get both orders and feedback with very little cost to you. So what are the addressable markets? Well, certainly retail stores, you've seen them before, interior designers, corporate branding, government, ad agencies, manufacturing, athletic teams, churches, schools. You know, we think of schools, we always think about the athletic teams, but they have other clubs that need t-shirts, whether it be the Ham Radio Club or the Future Farmers of America or the Cooking Club or the Chess Club or whatever club, they all need t-shirts. So it's a great way to go after business. The healthcare institutions, exhibit manufacturers, all of these are fantastic. But I don't want you to forget that you also want to contact your competitors, the people like the embroidery shops, the screen printing shops. You know, screen printing is not affordable unless they're doing 25 or more. So when a customer comes in and saying, I want 1 or 2 t-shirts or 5 or 10, they have to turn them away. And when they do that, they never come back. So now, by going after that screen printer and saying, look, here's what I can offer you, what happens is that screen printer will call you and say, hey, can you make me 5 t-shirts? I need them by tomorrow. Can you do that? Sure, no problem. It's a great way for you to make money, actually both of you, because you can both complement each other in terms of the products that you and the services that you bring to the market, as well as the promotional product shops, digital sign shops, vehicle wrap shops. And the last thing I want to talk about here is marketing events. This can be an absolute cash cow. This can include the car shows. Think about it, car shows, motorcycle events. These folks spend a ton of money on their cars or their motorcycles. So for them to charge, or for you to charge them $20 to even $100 per garment, they'll readily pay it. Other fundraising, things like dog shows, county and state fairs, school festival fundraisers, Little League, the Scouts, Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, any of the runs, the 5K, 10K, half and full marathons, YMCAs, fraternities, sororities, community events, even holidays are big. Whether it is the Irish, March 17th, go to your Irish bars, set them up with a t-shirt, put an Irish logo on it, and on the bottom of it you say, I survived Malarkey's 2016. Of course, you'll have to do it in 2017 now, but you could do that for every single holiday that's coming up. They work fantastic. Some of the business advantages, number one, direct-to-garment printing is easy to learn, and it's easy to use. It maintains a small, minimal footprint, whether it's in your apartment, your office, your garage, your shop, or your van. If you already have a business with a customer base, you already have a head start. You might already have the graphics and logos to give them a sample shirt of their logo on. You can differentiate your business by giving out sample shirts with every order. And the cost of the lead is what, $2? And we're told by my customers that the payoff, paying it cash, is about 90 days. And if you lease it, it could be a matter of 3 to 4 days every month. What brings many of you today is because you want to be associated with quality, and you want quality associated with your business. You can differentiate your business with one of our best attributes, the quality of your prints, because they stand out like none other. They're very soft to the touch, more so than any other format. It doesn't matter if it's vinyl transfer or even screen printing. Very, very soft, and it lasts the entire life of the garment. It's just what you want your clients to know about you, because that gives you more repeat business as opposed to, I'll never go there again, I got ripped off. So there's the big difference. The Empower Gentoo is the flagship of Anajet, and the new Generation 2 Empower printer system offers a very rapid return on investment with the fastest direct-to-garment printing on the market today. It utilizes industrial commercial grade components, which ensure you quality in not only the printer and its longevity, but also relates to the quality of your prints. The Empower systems have the least amount of preventive maintenance in the industry today. And speaking of making money, there are literally endless possibilities of what you can print, whether it's a shirt, polo shirt, hoodies, towels, pillowcases, hats, jeans, socks, extended media like canvas, glass, wood, mirror, mouse pads, koozies, not to mention foil, which adds another dimension, as well as a larger revenue stream. And of course, all along, you can be very proud that your Anajet is made and supported right here in the United States. Now, on this slide, we want to talk about the maximum print speeds. In fact, I'm going to show you a video here shortly. I have the MP10 in blue and the MP5 in black. White shirts, when we're talking about a white shirt here, we can print that white shirt off in 16 seconds. Black shirt's about 48 seconds. MP5, about 30 to 40 seconds for a white shirt, about a minute and a half for a black shirt. Now, I put an asterisk on per day because I'm assuming that a typical shop can run production for up to 12 hours per day. Now, some of them perhaps even more. 12 hours is equivalent to 720 minutes, and if you're flying and you're pumping out white shirts consistently with 2 or 3 operators running heat presses, it's not at all a challenge to print 1,000 pieces on the same graphic in one day. In fact, I had a customer call me just last week who told me they received a 450 shirt order they finished within the day. They were so happy. We know this happens, and it happens regularly. These ranges represent what is possible within Empower. Half of our customers tell they've got their doors open 7 days a week, which makes these numbers very plausible. So it really hangs on your ability to market. Let's watch that video. As you can see, the shirt goes in on the platen. We're now at 4 seconds. It's already started printing, 7 seconds, 9, 11, 13, 14, 16 seconds. That's amazing. Let me get situated here. There we go. Okay, so let's talk about what does it really cost to produce a garment? Well, 2 different types. You've got light garments, or like a white T-shirt, and then you've got dark garments like a black T-shirt. When we talk about the cost of the shirts itself, I have some clients that will tell me they can buy their white garments for as low as $1.50, or their dark shirts for $2. We are using this example here from Spectra Tees, where we get our T-shirts from. It's a soft spun cotton. Our light shirts, we buy them for about $2. They'll do the same thing for you. Your dark shirts about $2.25. When I talk about the average in cost for white shirts, or your light shirts, we're looking about 30 cents. And now I'm talking about a print that's approximately 12 inches by 12 inches using a full color spectrum. There's no pretreatment necessary for white shirts, light shirts. So that means your total cost of production for shirt and ink is $2.30. For dark shirts, a little bit more for the shirt, $2.25. Our ink cost is now 90 cents, a little bit higher because now you're laying down a white underlayment. Your pre-treatment cost runs between 35 cents to 50 cents, so giving an honest appraisal here, your cost for that shirt will be about $3.65. Now, considering what you're going to sell it for, I think you can already see where I'm going with this. There's a lot of money on the table, and it's your money. So in this particular slide, on the left, we'll see light-colored shirts that you provide, and on the right, we'll see light-colored shirts that the customer provides. Now, keep in mind, these are only guidelines. Many of our clients will charge $25, $30, $35, even $40 and higher, depending on their market as well as what they put on the shirt. For example, if you put a metal foil on a shirt, typically you can always get an extra $5 to $10 per shirt. So with the example that we showed here, you might, and by the way, these are just guidelines. If you provided the shirts, it's a white garment, and they sell 1 to 5, it'd be $22, 6 to 20, $17, and you would diminish your what you would charge them as they increase their order size. If you wanted to, if they were ordering dark garments, add another $1.50 to the cost. So instead of $22, it'd be what, $23.50? If they provide the shirts, 1 to 5, $18, 21 to 50, $12, 51 to 100, $10, and so forth. Adjust these as is related to your particular market. Do some market studies. Call some of your competitors. Find out what they're charging. In this next slide, I want to show a couple of examples. The first example There's a customer comes in, he orders 10 light colored shirts that you supply. He says, yeah, I'll take them. 10 shirts times $2.30, that's the cost of the shirt, plus the cost of ink, or $23. That's what it costs you. You charge that individual $17 because they're ordering 10 shirts, $170. Well, 170 less my cost of 23, that yields over $149 profit. Now let's think about it. 10 shirts taking you less than 3 minutes of print time for almost $150 in profit. I don't know about you, but that works for me. In our second example, when we look at a customer comes in, he orders 55 dark shirts, but he brings them in. He says, I got to have them on these. Fine, we'll be happy to do this. 55 shirts times the cost of the ink and the pretreatment, $1.40. That means it costs you $77 to produce those 55 shirts. Again, the charge, now it's $10 a shirt plus the $1.50 because it's now a dark t-shirt. So we're looking at charging them $632.50, $632.50 minus 77. See a typographical error there. That yields $555 in profit for about 48 minutes of work. Again, definitely works for me, and I think it would work for you too. So now, where can I get shirts? These are companies that we have worked with in the past, and they all have done an excellent job with high-quality shirts. Currently, as I think I mentioned earlier, we utilize Spectra, and they are a very high-quality soft-spun cotton at a very affordable price. Now, they have extended preferential pricing to you as an Antigen customer. We have to get you set up for that. So it doesn't matter if you order one shirt or 15,000. Speak with your regional manager, and they'll get you hooked up so that you can enjoy the same type of pricing. The Antigen advantage is that if you didn't know it, we invest in you as a company. We have your best interest at heart. We talked earlier about the 5 core values that we share: the winning spirit, we both win, innovation in products, service, and customer care, teamwork, together we win, customer-centric attention, and utmost in ethics and integrity. That's why we offer free lifetime technical support, free lifetime software upgrades, free lifetime firmware upgrades, free lifetime training, and continued support after the sale. You see, your success is directly related to ours. The more garments and ancillary items that you print, the more ink you buy, and more money we both make together. So now, coming soon, Rico Anajet. We are now currently supplying a number of depots throughout the United States that will be able to expedite getting any parts or service items that you may need faster to you in the field. We're also going to be launching probably here in the late June a new training support where we'll be doing training in your facility. It's fantastic what we're doing with training. You guys are going to just love this. As well, we're talking about on-site support. And this will probably be coming up around late July, where typically if you had a problem, you would call us on the 800 number. We'd walk you through whatever problem it might be. You'd use your phone to take a picture if you didn't know what the part you were talking about, and we could diagnose it. Now, if need be, you can still call in. We'll try to diagnose it over the phone, but if not, if need be, we can send someone directly to your facility, and that's coming here in late July. So now, before I open this up for questions, I want to let you know that because you attended this webinar today, you are now eligible for significant equipment discounts that are worth literally thousands of dollars. From now until the end of the month, your regional manager has been instructed to offer you a significant reduction above and beyond what may have or typically has been offered in the past, but this is only available until the 31st of May, the day after Memorial Day. After that, it's gone. All right. So your call to action, if you like saving money and making money, is to call your regional manager directly after this presentation to review your specific needs and the promotion parameters. So believe me, you'll be very glad that you did. And if you do, you'll be like this, a home-based Anajet customer. As you see her on the right, she's got a lot of cash, and you can see there's smiles everywhere, Signworks. Or you could be an Anajet retail customer, or even an Anajet enterprise customer. We have some really large accounts. So at this point, I'd like to open this up to questions and answers. If you haven't written your questions into the question box, do so now. I'll make sure that I go over each one and we get those questions answered for you. Let's see here. I want to record the video as one of the questions. Great. We are actually doing that already. It will probably be available in the next week or two. Is it possible to download these PowerPoints after the presentation? Tim, this will be made available. Who do I call? Do I have a regional manager? If you don't call me, you should. Just call in. We track things by your email address as well as your name and your phone number. Do you offer direct-to-digital training in Pennsylvania or just California? Well, actually both. Right now we have Anajet University, but starting in late June we'll also be able to come out on site to do training. Whoop, bear with me here. So you don't have to pre-treat white shirts. That's correct. Thomas had a question about treating white shirts. With the inks that we're utilizing, it's not necessary to pre-treat white shirts. Just run them. There are other systems on the market that you're probably thinking of that have a need because of their inks that they have to be pre-treated. Not so with Anajet. Oh, please give me the professional organization you said we should join. There's a number of different professional organizations that you could consider joining. One of them is the SGIA. Simple enough just to go online, type in SGIA, and they'll talk about how we can, how you can become a member. Bear with me half a second. Okay. All right, here's another one. How quickly do you ship? I like those kinds of questions. All right. Typically, it can take 1 to 2 weeks to build your system. We have been doing extremely well, shipping a lot of systems with a lot of orders. If you get an order in, it will typically take between, depending where you are in the country, anywhere from 3 to, I want to say, 7 business days to ship. We ship via FedEx. So if you gave me an order today, I could try to have it shipped today as long as we didn't receive the order too late in the day. What are the details of the special? I'd rather you call your regional managers directly. The reason for that, we'll be recording this. As I said earlier, the special will end as of the 31st, and we won't be offering that again. So I don't want somebody that sees this later to say, oh yeah, give it to me too. We won't be able to. Where can I buy ink? Simple. You can either A, call into our customer care department. We'll happily take your order and advise you on what you need. Or even, let's say, 2, 3 a.m. in the morning, you've got a need to say, hey, I got to order more ink. No problem. Go online, www.anajet.com/store, and you can order directly. The promotion is good through Tuesday the 31st. That is correct. Oh, here's a good question, and that is, how many shirts can I get out of a set of ink? Excellent question. On typical prints, 12 by 12, you would see about 500 shirts on average out of a set of inks. And by the way, this system will tell you where you are with the ink, so it tracks the amount of usage, so you know beforehand exactly where you're at. What else can I print on? Here's another one. Well, sir, there's a number of different things you can print on. Things like, obviously, T-shirts, polo shirts, hand towels, golf towels, designer towels for the bathroom. I have one account that does nothing but pillowcases, tooth fairy pillowcases. We have another account that, several accounts that just do socks. We have accounts that are printing on canvas. By the way, these canvas prints you can charge anywhere from $60 to $200 per print, and yet I think the canvas itself costs about $6.60 a piece. What kind of people are buying these printers? Well, that's a great question. Usually it takes an entrepreneurial mind. What does that mean? People that want to make money, but at the same time want to make it in an ethical, in an integrous manner. Those people that say, hey, there's a need, I want to fill it, I can do it, I'm going after it. In terms of organizations, we have a number of people that will buy these. They currently have an embroidery shop. They want to innovate, bring more incremental revenue, more data or more revenue streams into their business. We see the same thing with sign printers. Anybody that has anything to do with the garment printing industry gets into this, and they make a killing when they do. What is the best way to start the first 30 days? Marketing specific. Best way to start to get that groundswell going is local. Pick up the phone. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Hi, brother. Hi, sister, uncle, aunt, grandmother, grandfather. Hey, friend. You know, remember we used to work together? Your baseball team, your soccer team, whatever. Anybody that you know, tell them, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I'd appreciate your support. By the way, I'll give you a 10% discount or whatever might be appropriate. Start there. Start branching out to the schools in the area. Branch out to the churches in the district. They all have different ministries that want to have you make shirts for them. You can also go to the local businesses. I think I mentioned that earlier. The local businesses want to have their people wear their garments because it has their logo on it. And when people come to work and it says Anajet on it, everybody works to a higher standard. There's more productivity, there's fewer morale problems, less sick time. And now you get your customers to buy those same shirts. Restaurants and bars sell them to their patrons. They hang around the bar more, they hang around the restaurant more, they buy more, and then they become walking billboards. So those are a couple ways that I would start it with. Let's see here. Average maintenance costs per year, got to guesstimate probably about $200. Is it possible to upgrade your Sprint products? Mark, give us a call. We'll work with you on that. We always take care of our own, if you will. Can your direct-to-garment print on polyester? If so, how difficult? Chris, that is a yes-no question. Yes, we can print on polyester, but there's some caveats, and I'm going to go over them. All direct-to-garment printers are using water-based ink. So if it is a light or a white polyester, print on it, it'll look fantastic. If it is a dark polyester, and if it's 100% polyester, no, it's not going to work. It's not going to work for anybody. Now, with that said, there are also blends, as you know. So we can look at 50-50 blends, cotton polyester, 60-40 blends, 70-30, and so forth. Those can be pre-treated, and the resultant print will look fantastic, and your customers will love it. Maintenance on the Empower machines. Simple. Daily maintenance. I'll go through it right now. It's really simple, folks. You're going to do what's called a nozzle check, which you'll push the button. That will show you what the pattern of the nozzles is printing out. If that looks good, you're going to continue. You're going to take a lint-free Q-tip and you'll wipe the edge of the wiper blade. That's it. If the nozzle check wasn't good, you'll press light clean or heavy clean. Every 2 to 3 days, you'll pull the white ink cartridges out and you mix those up and put them back in. Keep in mind that we circulate the white ink so it doesn't precipitate, it doesn't clog as you see on some of the other systems. On a weekly basis, you're going to clean the print heads, clean the maintenance station. You're going to take out the wiper blade assembly, clean that, and put it back together. On total, it's going to take you about 5 to 7 minutes of weekly maintenance. And if you do the weekly maintenance like you're cleaning your wife's or your mother's china, you'll be fantastic. Can I rely on one machine for a business, or do I need more than one? Angel, give us a call. Let's talk about your specific needs. It's going to really come down to your volume. The MP5 can generate 55 garments per hour, the MP10 up to 110 garments per hour. So if you're doing more than 10,000 prints per month, yeah, then you might need two. So let's talk about that direction. Is it possible to print a large design that runs from the front to the back in a t-shirt? Yes, with some positioning. Kathy, the print size on the Empowers is 14 inches by 18 inches. And if you took 14 inches and you put it across your shoulder, you'll see that for most folks it comes underneath their armpits, so it's quite large. But to answer your question, yes, you could. You just have to align it properly. The question becomes, for pretreatment, do I need special equipment? Pretreatment can be done one of several ways. We have a pretreatment station, which is an automated system that allows you to pretreat a garment 5 different ways in different areas so that you save on pretreatment solution. And we do market that. Talk to your regional manager, and he can talk about the different pricing. I believe it's around $3,300 or $3,900. Don't quote me on that yet, but we can get you the exact price. The other way to do that is use a Wagner power sprayer and just merely spray it on. Folks, it's not that hard. It's pretty simple to do. Okay. Does the average ink cost per shirt that you provide include multicolor prints? Yes, it does. That's what I'm talking about. Elizabeth, I'm talking about 16.8 million colors on a white t-shirt, 12 inches by 12 inches. Average cost of 30 cents. Okay. Do you need to heat press the shirt after artwork is printed? Great question. Yes, you do. And the reason for that is that what happens is chemically you're bonding the ink to the fibers of that garment so that it's on that garment for the life of the garment. For your whites, you can do it for 356 degrees centigrade for 40 seconds. For your blacks, you can do it for a minute and a half at 330 degrees. Are there sleeve attachments? Yes. Did you say no pretreatment needed for the whites and pastels? Yes, I did say that. Doesn't the maintenance depend on the volume of printing? No, Errol. Per the manufacturer's specifications, once per day is all you're going to be needing to do. How do I get video to? We'll be having that coming up as we're recording it now, and we'll make that available to you. What is a good heat press setting for the ink? I think we just talked about that one. We print on bandanas. Yes, you can print on bandanas. They work fantastic. What is the cost of a dryer machinery or any pretreatment stuff? What else is needed besides the antigen machine to produce the t-shirts? Kind of an interesting question. Several ways to cure the shirts or the garments. You could either use a heat tunnel, which was what most screen printers will use. If they have it, just put it in the heat tunnel. Other folks will use a heat press. We sell a Geonite auto pop heat press, which is programmable. Nice thing about it, it's made here in the United States, and if there's ever a problem, they just take care of it. Very, very reliable. It's about $1,380. I think you can buy it online directly from the manufacturer for about $13.45. So we make a whole $35. Okay. What is largest print dimension? 14 by 18 inches. FGIA, what does it say for? SGIA. What is the response time if there's a problem with the machine for tech to come and see it? Well, first we're going to troubleshoot on the phone to see if that's something that we can fix with you directly, depending on your level of, do you have the time? Can we spend 2 minutes here talking about your machine, or you just got to have somebody come out? So that's going to be specific to the actual problem that you might be experiencing with your system. Oh, this is cool. I was just told that not only are we recording this video, this webinar, and we'll post it on YouTube, and we'll also email everyone that was on this presentation with that video. So I think that one's good. All right. One question here from Errol was, if printing is 16 seconds, the heat treating is 40 seconds, can I stack the shirts after printing while I wait on the heat press? No, because as you take the shirts off of the printer, they're still semi-wet. They're already starting to bond, but it's not a perfect bond. So if you smudge it, it's just like you're smudging an ink from an ink pen. It's going to smudge over. So you can either, A, depending on how many you have, is just let it sit wherever it's at. Do not stack it. Or B, if you have a really high volume, consider 2 heat presses. After pretreatment, does the shirt need to be dried before direct-to-garment printing? Yes. So after you pretreat the shirt, we're in California. It's pretty arid here, so what we do is we merely take those shirts, we put them on a line, and generally speaking, in about 20 minutes, they're dry. Remember, you're only pretreating the surface of the shirt. You're not dousing it with fluid, just the area that needs to be printed on. Is the software compatible with Macs? Yes, it is through a what's called a Parallels program, which allows you to use your Mac and Windows-based programs on it. Okay. Be sure I didn't miss anybody here. If I have a problem with the machine, does a Recotech come to the site for the nearest facility? Yes, of course, that just makes good sense, not only from your standpoint, but also from ours. Clearly, there's a cost of sending any service engineer to a site. We want to make sure that when that does happen, that the response time will be minimal and the least cost, or most cost-effective to both you as well as to us. Now, keeping in mind that we got over 5,700 service engineers, you can kind of see already, although the majority of them will be in the more popular areas, it's not going to take that much time. How long can the machine sit idle before lines must be bled? How much ink does a line bleed cost? How much time does it take to bleed the lines? From Jordan. Unfortunately, Jordan has left, but let me answer the question. The lines don't really need to be bled. If you are doing your weekly and your daily maintenance, especially the weekly, you could literally let that system go idle for a month or two and come back and do a nozzle check. You might have to do a light and a heavy cleaning, and it will be fine. You see, the reason for that is the print heads are engulfed in these O-ring type, well, how do I describe it on the phone? These O-rings come up on the maintenance stations and they envelope the print head so that there's no evaporation that can take place. As long as you do your service, your maintenance and your weekly service as you're supposed to, that doesn't become an issue. And you don't have to bleed the lines. All right. Do we have an antigen distributor in Ecuador? I'm going to, if the Alvaro, I want you to speak to a gentleman by the name of Joseph Domingot. D-O-M-I-N-G-O-T is the Vice President of Business Development, and he can help you out there. What choices of financing do you have? Well, Angel, we have a number. We are not, at this point in time, equipped to do any internal financing at this point in time. However, we do work with several other companies that will finance. And it's kind of like buying a house or buying a car or anything like that. It's going to be based on your credit. Typically, they're going to look at a number of different things. They're going to look at your FICO score. We work with one company that looks at a FICO score of 680 or better. They also look at how long have you had credit. You know, have you had it just for 1 year? If you're 18 or 19 years old, you probably haven't established a lot of credit yet, as opposed to someone that's 30 years old or older that has. So the question really becomes, what is your credit score? I would recommend speaking to your regional manager. They can quote you in terms of what it most probably would cost based on what you'd be buying, and get you the proper forms to have you apply and find out what is available. Bear with me here. Printing on black versus white, comparison of ink usage. Well, obviously, if you're just printing on a white garment, you're just using the cyan, yellow, magenta, and black. If you're printing on a dark garment, then you'll also have to use the white. So I'm not quite sure of the question from Wayne. Overall, the average cost for your printing on a white garment is going to be about 30 cents, depending on the size of the garment, as well as saturation. And on a black garment, you're looking at about 90 cents because now you're using the white. The average cost for your cyan, yellow, magenta, and black will be $60 per cartridge, and your white cartridges are $70 per cartridge. Yes, you can get a discount if you buy multiples at once. And yes, we offer them in several sizes. So in addition to a 220 milliliter size. We also have a 440 milliliter cartridge size. It works out to be about 27 or 26 cents per milliliter. Okay. Oh, the next question is, how practical is your unit to become portable to set the shop up in various temporary locations, state fairs, etc.? Great questions. Give you an example. We go to trade shows all the time. I mentioned SGIA, NBM, ABA. There's a bunch of stuff we go to. With that said, when we ship our unit, we ship them with the inks in them. All right. Obviously, we pull the cartridges out. We ship them back. It typically takes a week or two. Well, about 10 days to get it back here to the shop. And then when we do, we plug them back in and we get them going. So what you're looking for when you put it on the road, so to speak, is you want to put it onto a firm cart. What I mean by that is, would you be able to like get on the cart and could you do a hula hoop, or would the cart be all over the place? It's got to be a sturdy cart so that there's no torsional stress for the unit. If you do that, it works very well. Some people will convert a van and they'll put a table in there and they'll do all of their pictures and so forth out at one area, and they'll do their printers in another area. Some folks will take like a Honda generator along for the power if they don't have power at that entity. It works very, very well. If we buy a used MP5, will Energit still support the printers? Yes, no. If it's a used MP5, you're buying that system with no warranty. It comes as is from whoever you bought it from. Obviously, you can call Energit and we will help you with any problems that you have. But typically, very often, it might mean that you might have to send the unit in at your cost, have us determine what is wrong with it, and repair it at the hourly rate. I think that might be it. Oh, here's a question, and that was about how do I use the foil? Folks, this is so cool. And people that see this print, as soon as they see it, they're like, wow, that's really cool. How'd you do that? Well, it was really hard, but I did it. It's simple. It's so simple. It's child play. You make the print, and this can be, by the way, this is kind of like a very thin metal foil that you can buy from us. It works out to be about 20 cents a foot. Make the print it on the Energit MP5 or the MP10, take it off, put it on the heat press, take the metal foil, put it on top of that, put some parchment paper over that, clamp down your heat press, minute and a half later, take it out, let it cool, so it's cool to the touch, and then remove that foil like you're removing a Band-Aid. And what's left behind is this beautiful print that now has this metallic sheen in a variety of different colors. Okay, I think that might be it. Let me see if there's some more questions here. I think I have them all. If you happen to have additional questions that come up, write them down and contact your regional manager. He will be very happy to answer them for you, or contact myself, either one, but I would talk with your regional manager first. I want to thank all of you for attending this webinar. We will make it available for you to view at a later point in time. Give us a couple of days to put that together, and we'll send that email out. Again, thank you for your interest. And I must tell you, it remains a pleasure. Thank you. Have a great day, a great evening, and a great week. And get yourself an Energit. You'll be glad you did. Take care. Bye-bye.